Hi, this is Per Lilly. This is a short video to support you to perform the business growth audit. And the first thing we need to do is to make an assessment or diagnostic of your business. And for that purpose, we will be using the Growth Wheel online platform. You should by now have got log-on details. So the first thing, of course, is that we need to log into the platform. And when we log in, we get this startup screen, and then we go to the left-hand side under what is called the growth plan. Under the growth plan, you will find there is something called a 360-degree screening. And as you will be starting this one from scratch, there will be no screening here. So what you need is to press this button, and then we want to do a new screening. And as I mentioned, there are three different types of screening that we can call it growth screening in the context of the business growth audit. The first one is a status assessment. How is your business going? Go through these 20 focus areas and assess how well you think your business is doing at this particular point in time. And also, of course, think how far have you come in growing your business. The next thing is we'll want to look at the opportunity assessment. Where do you see possibilities? Again, use this 20 focus areas as a kind of a checklist, and maybe pick up a couple that you will say these are areas where there are some low-hanging fruit that we might be able to take advantage of in the short term. And finally, a very important one, which is really assessing your skills. What do you need to learn? This is all about ensuring that your core competencies or the capabilities of your business that principally set you apart from your competition is of course maintained and maybe also grown as you move forward. So this is a very important. Again, in this assessment, you will just pick out a couple of the focus areas and say, hey, these are maybe the area we should have a look at. But let's say, take the first one here. We will just call it a status screening. And this is this type. And then, as I said, it is really to go around in this growth field circle and then score yourself between 25 to 100% on how you're doing. Business ideas. Here we could look at a kind of clarity on your mission, your vision, and your ambitions. Product portfolio. How is your product and service portfolio matching up today? Revenue. What kind of revenue streams do you have in your business? Do you have sales? Do you have also maybe an online presence? How is your customer portfolio? Is there something to grow there? Could we expand the appeal of the product and services to new customers? And of course, there is a market position. How do you actually stack up against the competition in the marketplace? And this is all about the business concept. Second part is really to look at your organization, and the first part is look at ownership. Could be that you will give yourself a low score. There might be a growing opportunity here to maybe appoint an advisory board, maybe a no-fee advisory board, people that will kind of help you kind of soundboarding some of your ideas. Employees might be okay, that are really a strong organization you have today. Partnerships, it might be maybe not that well developed in your business. It might be an opportunity to grow in actually getting more reach through partners. Business processes, again, business process is the core of delivering quality, of course, in your operation from the initial discussion with the prospect to finally deliver the product or services, and maybe even also in after service. And then legal issues, are there any legal issues that need to be closed or looked at as you move forward in your business? So that kind of finalizes the organization part of it. Then we'll go to the customer relationship, and it's really to say, what do you have a strong networking? How is your marketing going? How is your sales and service going? Could that be 75% or maybe even only 50%? Might there be areas we can grow in that area to ensure that that will then also have an effect on our turnover? Communication and PR and branding might be you are scoring yourself low here because it's maybe typical that many businesses are not doing a lot in this area, and that is really maybe something that you need to take a look at. Branding also, maybe that could be part of a company culture. Then we go from the customer relation to the operation part and look at the financials. How satisfied are you with the financials in your business? Have you sufficient access to funding in a growing concept? How is your production and delivery? Is that a good setup that you have today? IT, are there any avenues in let's say in the information technology or maybe the artificial intelligence that might provide with some advantages in growing our business? And then, of course, there's the facilities, your setup, your office, your manufacturing, your production areas. How well is that set up, or would there be any potential in growing these areas? So that kind of completes the first status assessment. Again, it's looking at holistic at your business and say, are there areas in the business that we can actually grow? And that is really the first assessment, and to nominate some of the focus areas. So maybe it is the product portfolio you want to grow. Maybe it's the sales and service part you want to be more competent in areas. And there might also be maybe a partnership opportunity for us to grow the business. So based on that, you can then say, save and share, notified my advisor, this is me in this context, and then you just say save and share, and I will then immediately have access to that from my part of the platform. So that is really the most important part, is the first part. The second part is really, let's have a look at what we call the low-hanging fruit. Are there any short-term or let's say low-hanging fruit that we could take advantage of? And then again, use the circle to go through the different focus areas and say, hey, are there areas here that we might invest in to get a short-term gain? And that could maybe be some product modifications that will allow us to maybe get a higher price for our products, growing the business in that way. Could be that we need to look at some of the possibilities for a short-term gain with some of our customers, maybe with some add-ons. We have an opportunity to have a higher productivity with our staff. Again, you don't have to select all of these areas, but find some of the areas that you find could give us a short-term gain. Again, you have now selected 3 areas we need to save and close, and then again, share it with me. Then we have to do the third screening, and I believe that's a very important screening, and that is, we call it skills screening. And that is really for you to evaluate what are the capabilities in your company that are so important, that really sets you apart. It could be that you say, well, sales and marketing or sales and service is really where we are set us apart, the way we handle that one. And this is the skills that we need not only to maintain, but maybe we need to grow that skills as we move forward. Also, you might say that, well, we need to be smarter in our product development, so we need to be smarter in innovating what is part of our product portfolio, and hence that skills of innovating, be creative. We need to have a look at not only maintaining that, but maybe even extending that, either by educating our people internally, or as an alternative, acquire staff. And then it could also be that you say, to know general our employees, we need to constantly kind of develop our staff by providing some training for them. And here again, let's select these 3 areas for further investigation. These are the 3 areas that we want to maintain and maybe even grow as we move forward. Again, save and share, and then it is now shared with me. So this is the first step in your own diagnostic or assessment. So the next step will be that we will meet online, let's say with a 45 minutes Zoom meeting, and then we will discuss this input and use this input to discuss what will be the most efficient and most important growth areas for your business as you move forward. So this was a short presentation of how to use the screening tools to provide let's say the foundation for our discussions.